Okay, I'm out on Suisun Slough today, and we're going to be stepping the mast on my Walkabout. It's a different mast from the standard design, and then it's intended for the Scamp rig, 100 square foot balance lug. That's not my rig, but that was what it was built for. And the mast is 14 feet length overall, 3 inches diameter. If I had made that a single mast, there was really no way to stow it in the boat and maintain the tent and a way to sleep on the sole. So instead, it is made in 2 sections. The bottom section was a heavier wall, 1/8 inch, just for strength, and it has a joining section included, which was pounded in and epoxied and is not coming out. The trouble was then to join it to the upper section, which is a slightly bigger inside diameter. There was a gap, and it turns out that if you look, there are nylon cord in trade sizes, comes in different sizes, and there's a 30/1000 that fills the gap. So I got some of that, wound it on, epoxied it in place, and now it's a snug fit to the other end of the thinner 1/32 wall upper. The lower weighs, with everything in it, about 12 pounds, and the upper now is about 8 pounds. And the lower has a tenon and plug included. That tenon matches the mast step, which is down here, and it plugs the end. I've got on both ends, there's a wooden piece at the top. There's a lightweight redwood piece on the upper section, and they are sealed with filing O-ring grooves into the wood, and then sealed with O-rings and toilet ring wax, which I use all over the place because it works great for a lot of things. So the first attempt years ago was to just put a hole in the deck to use for the partner. I could not get a 14-foot mast stepped into that, especially out on the water safely. I was going to destroy the deck, and it was really dangerous. So instead, I have now added a piece of bronze and some threaded inserts into here and a couple of knobs. So now we have a gate. So with the gate there, it makes it a whole lot easier. I'm going to try and do it now. So the first step is to join the 2 sections of the mast. So since I'm holding the camera, we're going to do this one-handed mast stepping. And I will start by resting the lower section on my sliding rowing seat. So it sits there ready to accept the upper section. And the nice thing about a Walkabout is there's just an open section. It was the sleeping area, but it also stays open when you're not sleeping in here. So there's no fixed thwarts or anything to get in your way. You can walk back and forth on this boat and do things, which sometimes is hard to do. Okay, next up we'll get the upper section. Try to jam slightly under my rudder. There we go. So one-handed. Keep trying this until it doesn't work. One-handed, I can balance the upper section. So now I have to get the upper section to fit onto the lower section, and it should. So I've done it before, slides right on, and there's up here there's a alignment. There's a slot on the upper section and a little piece of screw actually on the lower section. Okay, so now we have our 14-foot mast, and I need to get it stepped, again one-handed. So we're going to come closer to the center of balance, bring it up and turn it so that it's in the right orientation, and then I need an extra hand for a second, and there we go. Okay, So now the tenon engages into the step, and it's easy enough, it is easy enough with one hand just to get it up and into the slot. Okay, we got that. Now, quickly, before it falls, close the gate, tighten the gate, and looks like we got a mast, and it's pretty well solidly secured in there. Looks pretty good. The only other thing now is to get the halyard and ring set up. So I have that tied up here, and one-handed, I'll try to unhook this. That comes loose. So now with this set with there's a loop at the end of the halyard, which hooks onto the cleat. And if I haven't twisted it, yeah, I guess I've twisted it. So untwist once and back. Okay, now we're ready. As soon as I unwrap the sail, I should be able to hook it on. So I don't know if that came out well, but if not, I'll do it again. So there we go, stepping the mast.